So at this stage, our code is broken, has a bug where if the user inputs a string, we can't turn it into a number and it's breaking our code. So just to show you exactly what's happening, I'm going to comment out these two lines where we're getting our output on the page. And I'm going to throw in an alert for my variable first number. Now what that'll do is it'll give me a pop-up in the browser to show me what exactly is this variable when I try and turn that string into a number. What exactly is happening? So if I run my code and I put a string into this first number input field and I click my button, you see we get a pop-up with this NaN. And NaN in JavaScript means not a number. It's when you try and convert something into a number and we can't. So we get not a number. So for example, if I put in 12 into the input field, I get a string that looks like this, and that can very easily be converted into a number, 12. But what if I put in a string with some text? The browser will try and convert that from this parseInt function into a number, and we'll get NaN. So now we need to add some conditional logic that says if what we have in this first number variable is not a number, what do we want to do? How do we want to handle that? So we need to write what's called an if statement. So we use the keyword if, we open and close some normal brackets. This is where our condition will go. And then outside of that, we open and close some curly brackets. And this is what do we want to do if that condition is satisfied. So what is our condition? Well, there is a function in JavaScript we can use to check if something is not a number, and that is called isNaN. Now this function will take in a variable and will tell you is that thing a number or not. It will return a true or false. So our if conditions have to tell us a true or false. So if this thing is true, do the stuff in the curly brackets, perform the actions, the instructions in the curly brackets. So I want to check if first number is not a number. Now, if that resolves as true, what do I want to do? Well, I want to give the user some output. I want to change my paragraph HTML to say, and I'm going to put a string in here to say invalid input. So for my code, if I run it at this point, if I put a string into my first input field and I click calculate, I want the output to change to say invalid input. And so this is our first example of conditional logic. It says if first number is not a number, change my paragraph to say it's not a invalid input. Now, we need to add on to our condition to include this second number. So we need to say if the first number is not a number or the second number is not a number, perform this action. Now we can do that in an if statement by putting in two pipes. They are, if you hold down the shift key and put in a backward slash, you should get these pipes. And these two pipes in JavaScript say or. So if condition A or condition B, which for us is saying is second number not a number, then we should have invalid input on the page. So let's see if that works. What if I put in second number as a string? Excellent. What if I put in the second number as a number and the first input as a string? Cool, we still get invalid input. So that's our first conditional. It says if condition, do this thing. Now we need to add an else condition, which says what if that condition is not satisfied? What if our inputs are numbers? And that's fine. So the way that we do that, we have an else statement, some curly brackets, and inside those curly brackets, I'm going to drop all of my commented out code. And we can see what that does in the next video.